Bonafide Hustler here. I'm actually gonna open up this Hustler Life episode right about now. So I think there's some cool things that might go on today. I'm gonna take you guys with me. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris, Bonafide Hustler, coming to you live from the inside of my kitchen. It is about noon. I've officially fasted about, let's think, I woke up at 5:30 today, it's noon, so 6.5 hours. And it's not too bad. Am I super hungry? Kinda, but not really. Anyways, so I'm gonna start piling down food right now for at least the next 8 or 9 hours. And let me kind of show you a couple things. I just went to Costco, picked up some egg whites, picked up some good salsa, picked up some organic salad with balsamic vinaigrette, which is good because much better than any of those crazy creamy type dressings if you want to eat healthy. Start going more towards olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette. Never forget that. As a snack, these are pretty good. My wife is on a keto diet, so these can't be too bad with carbs, I don't think. Let's think. Carbs, 1 gram. Yeah, so these are pitted black olives just in a can, pull top. I mean, really good. I like those a lot. One of the recent findings in Costco that I really like is this cauliflower crust pizza. It's amazing and it tastes better than normal pizza that comes from Costco. So anyways, that's really important to have. I had to get that. In the microwave, we have cauliflower rice. There we go. And you kind of have to fluff it up. It's been there for 5 minutes. These little bags have perforations in them and it allows the bag to somehow steam or something like that. So after about 5 minutes, kind of do this a little bit and then put it for another 1 minute. And that should get it nice and warm. Gotta get this guy charged. I think it goes this way. Nice. It's crazy being a vlogger. You're always running out of batteries. All right, back to vlogging. So yeah, today's first meal is scrambled eggs. A little bit less than yesterday because I'm supplementing it with this protein. It's the most odd breakfast ever known to man. Okay, so yeah, it's a very odd breakfast. We have this, we have that, some cauliflower rice, which will be below all this stuff. Definitely half an avocado, and maybe some sort of juice today as my fruity, kind of sugary thing. Okay, so that's pretty much the first meal. I'm gonna get it concocted, at least on 1 plate, and then we'll kind of start the day. This video is gonna go so many different directions, so if you're looking for a hot shot or if you're looking for thrift footage, it's probably not gonna be in this video, but this video is gonna have all kinds of weird things in it and tips and all, you'll see. So let me have my first meal, guys. Just let me have it. All right, I'm gonna go make this meal and then I'll show it to you guys. Okay, so here's the actual meal. Yeah, it's on a bed of cauliflower rice. You can kind of see it underneath there. Half an avocado, Cholula. We have 2 actual eggs with the yolks and then some egg whites. I didn't put the salmon in here because it just would be mega weird. So decided not to put it in there. I ate it on the side. And then we have a green juice that's actually in the green room cup. Pretty awesome. So it's just chilling in there. And that's gonna be the first official meal of the day. Should be awesome. Should carry me over for like the next, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, the first meal looks pretty good. Definitely very healthy. And I feel good. I'm actually drawing out the fast as long as I can. And I thought it would feel really odd or I'd be shaky or something like that. But I blasted an amazing workout this morning. Met up with Drew, workout partner at the gym at 6:15. All seems to be good. So, got a bunch of random things to do today, and I'll take you guys with me. I'm gonna eat this, and then we'll get started. All right, so here's some of the death pile I got to mess with. I really have to just put this in a bag up on the shelf. It's just been sitting around my office. I got this not too long ago from a garage sale, $5. I gotta make sure to test that. So I have the cables for that. And then this right here. So I make sure to put my death pile in plain view of my office so it annoys me, right? Because that's really important. I mean, you have to know that it's a death pile. So this is the extent of my death pile as of right now for the most part. But yeah, I need a freaking 9-volt to test this stuff out. It's just not a battery that I have on deck all the time. It's really honestly like an outdated battery. So that I need to test. I'm contemplating, this could be one of those things where I returned this back, just donate it back. I think I spent $10, maybe $5 on this Apple TV, and quite honestly, I'm just not that pumped up to like test it. I don't know what it is. I guess I could test it out and see if it's unlocked or something, but we'll see. It really depends, and that's the way you gotta be really careful on what you buy out there because, if you're not energized to sell it, good is it to buy it, right? And so here's a prime example of something I'm just not pumped up to freaking test out right here. Still got those Persol glasses that are just sitting around my room. And so I got to make sure that these things get listed right here. And on the donation block today, we have some widescreen monitors, just a box of the gimbal thing. There's no gimbal in there, but donating this is going to the trash. Yeah, some Dell monitors that are pretty wide. I think they're from back in 2009. So, I mean, there's like a million other monitors that have like outpaced it by now. These little things have to go to the antique booth soon. They're like kind of like Stranger Things flashlights, what I call them. This was a cool, I think $1 or $2 find, maybe more. I don't know, it could have been $5. I have no idea. I can't remember, but I bought this like not too long ago. This I think will yield about 29 on FBA once I'm done playing it, but it is Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Pretty awesome flip, and it's in perfect condition. Some of the stuff that needs to go out on my next FBA shipment, that's all the stuff right there. Pretty crazy. It's in that basket. So I gotta get to that at some point as well. I think that's tomorrow. At some point, I also need to test out to make sure that I can move maybe all my gear from this Lowy Pro into this Tamrac and to see how big it really gets. I honestly really like this Lowy Pro bag right here, but it's a little on the small side. Inside here would be GoPro, drone, and normal vlogging camera, and you might think, well, that could fit it all. It's getting pretty tight in there right now, so I'm thinking about moving it into this Tamrac pack that I picked up for around 12 bucks. This thing's worth about 50 on eBay, but you know, to me, if I could use it for a year or two, it's pretty much priceless, plus I'll still be able to flip it for around 40 bucks. So I got to merge that stuff into there to see if it fits. One thing you guys need to take a look at too, we tested this past weekend, this Xbox Force Feedback 360, Xbox 360 Force Feedback steering wheel, pretty cool. Tested it out with Forza 4, which is a pretty neat driving game. But yeah, Force Feedback steering wheels are really cool things that you should be on the lookout for Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, those kind of things, because when people buy those driving games, I mean, to get the ultimate experience, a lot of times the Force Feedback steering wheel plus pedals is the way to go. See how the garage is looking right now? It's getting there. A little bit left over yesterday. I got to put that stuff in boxes. I actually have to go ship off a couple Strela hats today, which is pretty cool. It is my private label brand, so I'm going to get those out. Kind of a weird thing. I haven't been doing any marketing on my private label brand just because I'm trying to get it where it needs to be first before talking all about it. Yeah, it seems like some people have found out about it and they found out the Shopify store. And so yeah, my Shopify notifications never really notified me through email about 2 purchases in May. So I got to get those out today. And yeah, they're going out late, and I apologize and everything. And if you're watching this video and you did order one of the Strela hats, like, I apologize. It's one of the growing pains you encounter when you have a new income stream or actually starting a new income stream. Learning the ins and outs of all the stuff and the nitty gritty, making sure that it notifies you or redirects this, or you know, looks good, or when it's out of stock, it actually says out of stock on the site. Like, there's so many different things on Shopify to mess with if you have an actual physical product, for example. But that said, the Shopify storefront is awesome. Like, the functionality of it, and you know, if you can kind of dream it up, it can be done on Shopify. It's really easy stuff. There are just a lot of things. You know how they say, like, what, cross your T's and dot your I's? Man, there's just so many of those on Shopify. So I'm learning slowly. The funny thing is, I actually built that storefront out like 6 months ago, and I'm still gearing up to it. It's just a big, long process. But I'm really proud of the brand. It's pretty cool. You can see it. And yeah, I gotta get these 2 hats out like ASAP. In fact, I have to get that done like right now. But if you always sit there and you worry about all the super nitty gritty about something, you're never gonna start something new. So I expect things to go wrong. The entire journey of the private label brand. And this is just some of the stuff that has gone wrong. It's nothing terrible, it's just annoying, right? I should be notified of the orders on my actual Strela Gmail account, or whatever it's called in there. It's just not notifying me, so it sucks. Oh yeah, this is something cool. This is officially, hopefully, going to turn into a pretty big office one day. This is my upstairs loft in my house. The floors have all been redone. Now there's some random stuff over here, just random stuff that needs to be tested out. A $1 iMac, check it out. Yeah, and just some random stuff that needs to be put in line, but I'm thinking, you know, what if the private label brand actually takes off? I would have to put shelves and an office space up here, get some sort of AC unit, because that duct just doesn't cut it right now, and it's pretty hot up here. Here are some of the things I need to get to testing, although they do carry really good resale value, so I gotta test all those receivers out right there. Found these 2 Advent speakers on the roadside, And no, the speakers do not appear to be crusty or blown or anything, which is crazy. So this we picked up on the side of the road next to my house, or just right down the road. These are Advent, I believe, which is really cool. But yeah, I could not believe it. Like, who the hell, you know, solid wood, who the hell puts these things on the side of the road? And as of right now, some of my private label stuff is just sitting back here. So I'm gonna get the hats that need to be shipped out, and they're coming out of these boxes. These are the ones that are going out today. We have the red Strela 5-panel trucker right there. We also have the blue Strela 5-panel trucker going out today. One day I'll explain the entire thing to you guys. Yeah, Strela is all about becoming a different you. It's about doing it differently. And getting out to the great outdoors is really, really pinnacle and so important in life. So this brand's all about that. All right, we're gonna get these hats out. They are beauties though. In order to go to my box wall, this thing has to be in this box. Now, you might be thinking that looks way big for that. And it's true, but the thing is, rather than get a box cutter, there's a way to do this. So, you know, I basically look at this box and I go, all right, that would fit perfectly in there with a little bit of bubble wrap. So all I have to do now is cut this box all the way around at the halfway mark, sandwich it together with bubble wrap. Now I have a box that is drastically cut down with 2 dimensions. And while it'll still, you know, go out for maybe around 20 bucks, it's certainly better than going out for 40 bucks. And thus I can put $20 in my pocket. So this thing hopefully will sell for around 100. We'll see. It was like a $5 fine the other day. All right, a much better box. You're gonna want to definitely, you know, get this off with a big Sharpie marker. But outside of that, a bow tie type of tape job, and this box will be done. If you're thinking, isn't it compromised on the bottom? Not really. It looks pretty good right here. See? And now there's a good suitcase in there. I won't get hit as hard on shipping, and I could put it on my box wall. The next things I need to do is order some 10 by 7 by 5 boxes for these Strela hats, because there's just a lot of play in these boxes. It's not too bad, but you know, we really don't need to be getting that much play in there. So yeah, they're going both in there and should be good to go. They'll close with ease and looks good. Get some of this merch out. Go find a mailman. It is so hot in Austin, Texas today. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, so hot. On other news, after I was studying today at the coffee shop, I went to a camera store that was close by, got a good lead on a camera behind the scenes that would, you know how, I don't know if you guys were watching my channel maybe a couple weeks ago where I was like, you know, every single super chat that I get and 30 or 40% of all my Craigslist profits go to the next camera that I'm buying, and I thought the camera was gonna be like 1,500 bucks or something like that. Well, I got a lead on that same camera, body only, for 800 with 4 batteries, so that's pretty cool, plus a Joby tripod. Thinking about getting it, not 100% sure. Got the lead right here though. All right, let's go find the mailman. Yeah, basically this brand is a you know, a celebration of all things active. I mean, getting out there, changing your life, you know, getting fit, and that's just what my entire life has always been about. I mean, I per se haven't changed, you know, at all, but I think it's profound what it does to others when I bring that into their lives. And so today's like not the day, you know, today is not the day to really fully explain the brand out or anything like that. But to me, when someone finds their Strela, it's like finding your ultimate flow state. You're so happy and you're so just tuned into what you've achieved physically, mentally, and your body can function outdoors. And that's really, really important. So I built the brand around that. Yeah, I've always wanted to have my own stuff. I've always wanted to impart as much of, you know, my fitness, motivation, knowledge, whatever, and love for the outdoors on other people. And this is one of the ways that I can do that. So it was designed partially by me and Glenn from the Hustler Hacks channel, but it's been such a long, long road and 5 million hurdles to overcome just to get this thing where it is today. And it's, I haven't even really talked about it, but it's just a lot of work to get it here, you know? So it feels good. I'm super proud of the way the hats came out. Like I just love repping them. Like my wife reps them. I mean, everybody that has been around the product has been like, yeah, I want that, I like it, how do I get it? And so part of me is kind of scared because I'm like, oh, I don't have like an infinite amount of stock of this stuff, but I definitely have clothing upstairs in my house coming out soon, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun in general. I'm very, very pumped to see where it goes once I finally get the ducks in a row to where I can really kind of blast it out a bunch. But we got some people that already bought it though. Some people are figuring out ways to buy it. And yeah, they're hitting me up. Sometimes they hit me up behind the scenes, you know, asking where can I get it, and you know, I usually tell them where at that point. But I'm proud of it. It's gonna be awesome when it finally hits. And yes, I'm scared because I know what it took to make the first initial batch of everything, and that was not that fun. It took a while, so it scares me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I think if you want a product that just has like a logo on there, that's great, and it might say some other hat manufacturer under the tag. I'm not down for that. Like, this is an actual product. I mean, to the point where maybe on my second and third run, I could actually, you know, pop into a surf store or two in California or wherever I am and see if I can get some sort of distribution going to a store, things like that. But if you look anywhere in my product, it's Strella the whole way through. You know, a patch on a hat, big deal. It's the message behind it. It's the execution of the product itself. And you know, when someone opens up the box, like, how does that feel? And those are the kind of things that I'm going to be improving over the next year. That experience, kind of like with an iPhone. I mean, I hate to say it, this is nothing like an iPhone, but I think you understand when I say, when you open up an iPhone, you're really excited, man. It comes in a really awesome box. There's like a very small manual, and everything's all neatly organized. It's like art, right? And so I kind of want my product to be like that a little bit as well. When someone opens it, there's got to be some special touches involved. And so for over the next year, I'm going to be figuring out like what that is, what does that look like, and I'm going to execute it. It's an actual private label product. It's not just some random patch on a hat thing. And there's a huge message behind it. Within the hat, you'll know the site that it came from and all this stuff. So it's really neat. It's an actual product. So very proud about that. I mean, we could equate it to, you know, whatever outdoor brand that you like. A lot of these brands come from the same places, whether you're buying Patagonia, Marmot, Arc'teryx, you know, O'Neill, Billabong, Hurley, Quicksilver, all that stuff comes all from the same place. It's the message behind the brand, and how durable and what that brand makes you feel like. How you align with the message is the most important thing, but most of all that stuff comes from the same place. I found Mike the mailman. Oh snap, let's get him these Strella hats. Come on, Mike. All right, so handed that stuff over to Mike. 2 new owners in the near future getting their stuff. Oh man, I'm so close to the house. I'm like 1 block away. All right, back at the Hustler Casa. So what I'm gonna take care of right now, I'm gonna actually edit a workout video with some voiceover and knock that out for the Boddam channel. You should go check out that channel if you're into fitness or you wanna kind of start looking at ways to change your life. That channel will probably help you out a little bit. I'm also going to make sure that all my Craigslist listings are up to date. Like, nothing needs to be relisted or reposted, or it's like lost several days in the feed. I have to take care of that. I also have to take care of making sure that all my stuff on eBay is 100%, like no unsolds, all that kind of stuff. Make sure everything's on sale like it should be, and that's really important. I have a couple things to list locally as well. It should take no time at all because the pictures are already ready to go. So yeah, I'm gonna get inside, I'm gonna start hacking at this stuff and getting it knocked out. Before I get to that stuff, I wanted to actually show you guys a book that my wife read, and I think it has drastically changed her life. So apparently this guy, this Stephen Gundry dude, he's a well-acclaimed doctor, I guess, from what I've heard. A lot of the doctors that my wife works with, they swear by this book. They just embrace it. They think it's profound, the information that's inside, and some of it's super, super eye-opening. But essentially, this book is basically the hidden dangers in healthy foods. Healthy foods. This is the craziest part about it, because as she was reading this book, she was telling me all kinds of stuff that was completely debunking myths and things that you thought were originally healthy, not being healthy whatsoever, certain ways to cook certain things in order to make sure that, I think it's lectins or leptins are not in there, whatever. But either way, anyways, it's basically the hidden dangers in healthy foods that cause disease and weight gain. So this is probably a must read. She just finished it the other day, and so when I go on vacation soon, which should be in about a couple weeks or something like that, I might actually take this thing with me and read it up and see how it is. This thing has definitely changed her life over the past couple weeks, because it took her a couple weeks to read it. She doesn't have much time to read, like in the evenings. We're always just doing things with the dogs and stuff. But she's recently completed that book, executed some of the things from that book over the past 2 weeks, and she's trying the keto diet as well, which is pretty interesting in and of itself. Seems a little bit limiting of a diet. However, she's trying it, and it's always good. I always admire that about her. She's always willing to try, not so much crash diets or anything like that, but different diets with scientific evidence that backs it. And the keto diet isn't anything new. It's been around for decades. It just is getting a lot of steam right now, and a lot of people are talking about it, but it's been around. So anyways, might want to look into that book, guys. Oh yeah, she also ordered the cookbook as well. So if you're like, oh man, with all this information that I have and these things that it's teaching me, what do I cook and how do I do it? That's what you're going to want to mess with right there. Same person. It's called the Plant Paradox Cookbook. All right, something else that's pretty cool I got at Costco. I totally forgot to tell you guys. You might be thinking, holy crap, what kind of channel is this? Is this even the Bonafide Hustler channel anymore? We're not even talking about reselling. Well, I told you guys, well, look, hey man, to be fair, I told you guys this would be a Hustler Life episode in the beginning. But something really interesting that I have been liking recently, right? Because the Texas summers get kind of hot and there's a lot of mosquitoes out there. I can imagine the same thing is kind of true if you live by any sort of water thing like a lake or a river. And maybe even if you live in Florida, like mosquitoes, I can imagine would be pretty terrible. But I definitely don't like the feeling of off spray and any of those weird sprays, and it just, I don't know. I know it's not good for my body. It's not good for my skin. It makes it feel dry and messed up. I don't like it. But this I do like, and I recently started messing with it about a week ago. But this is DEET-free bug repellent, and it's actually a pump spray. It has no actual propellant in there. So yeah, you basically, you just do it like a Windex bottle. And this stuff right now at Costco, I think is 10 bucks. It's $5 off a $15 price. And this stuff is awesome. I mean, super awesome. And the mosquitoes tend to not mess with me when I have this on. The funny thing is they kind of mess with me a little bit when I have the off product on. I don't understand. But for this product, it's completely natural, good for pets too. Not good for pets, but okay for pets. Let's put it that way. So your pets can be around you. If they lick your leg or anything and you have this on, it's not going to kill them. I think this is really, really good stuff. So you might want to get your hands on some of this if you're at Costco. All right, last thing, I promise. At some point, we're going to get to some Hustler stuff. But I wanted to let you guys know about something else that I am kind of messing with. In the summertime, I like to mess with Corona and adult bevs such as that. And I like this one. This is a hard seltzer. So sometimes I just don't like to drink a beer. But this hard seltzer is pretty good. It's 5% alcohol, and it has like, 80 or 90 calories per can. Super minimal sugars, like 1 or 2 grams. The flavors are natural lime, raspberry, ruby grapefruit, and black cherry. Stuff's actually pretty good. You can find this in a double pack at Costco. I think it's like 13 bucks or 15 bucks or something like that. Everyone's got their vices, right? So every now and then I like to have a beer, and a lot of times it's Corona. I love Corona and lime. It reminds me of beaches, and it just stupid commercials. You stupid Corona commercials. But it's true. I mean, it just reminds me of like really good lake, summertime, everything, surfing. But sometimes I want to switch it up, right? And I want to go for a full calorie beer. So this is something I'm switching it up with right here. So yeah, back at the Hustler Casa called Canon. Got a G7X issue right here. This lens will not retract back into this camera. Now I spent $208 for this camera. It's a G7X, and normally these cameras run about 400 bucks or so in used condition. Sometimes around 350 you can find them. But I got a bit of a predicament because now I can send it off to Canon. They're going to charge me $279.99 to work on that thing and get it back to normal. Or I can just take that money and buy something new with it, I guess, or maybe I can go hunting at pawn shops again and find another one. I don't know. It's kind of hard to do. There's also a newer model called a G7X Mark II, which is out there, and it's right around $460 to $500. So quite the predicament. But anytime that you see a ride-along video that's shot garage sale, the garage sale ride-along videos, that's shot with this camera right here. And it's such a workhorse, and it just gets to me that my favorite camera now is not operational, which super sucks. So I don't know what to do. I think what I'm going to do is wait. I think what I'm going to do is just do a complete pawn shop blast for a couple days next week or something like that. See if I can score one for less than $250, or maybe I can even get the Mark II model for less than $250. So we'll see. I mean, that's kind of like the first thing that's coming up in my head right now. I did scout Craigslist, and all the ones on Craigslist are really close to the eBay prices. So, yeah, I don't know quite what to do, but it's a camera I must have. So I'm a bit of a predicament right now. I don't know what to do yet. Anyway, so that's a little bit of Hustler life. I got to get this thing edited for you guys. So, hey, give a thumbs up. You know, if you liked any part of this video. Sorry there's no hot shot here, but I think tomorrow I should get to a hot shot. So if you like the content, if you're enjoying some things, maybe you learn a couple things, then hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustler video. Take it easy. Goodbye!